Thanks for joining us tonight here on Arc Salt Lake. I'm Brian Schneid. It is Wednesday, August 27th. Tonight on Utah's Missing, we have a new case and a couple different cases to share with you, as well as an impactful update to the nearly 100 days of missing 15-year-old Kylie Ariano.
We miss him. We want him to come home. He's got a little brother that misses him.
15-year-old Taylor Crane was last seen at the Utah County Academy of Sciences, better known as UCAS in Provo, last Friday, the 22nd, around 6 o'clock that night. Taylor attends the innovative STEM-focused high school in Provo, but lives in Payson. His parents say they lost contact with him around 7:45 that night, and there was an unconfirmed sighting later that evening in the Provo area. Nothing since. Today I spoke with his parents, who believe he could still be in Utah County. Take a listen. Where was he last seen, and what can you tell me about the situation as you understood it a few days ago?
So the last time that he was seen was in Provo. He had stayed after school and was hanging out with a friend from that school, as far as I was aware of. I had contacted him, and I was trying to get to where his location was to pick him up and take him home. And we just weren't connecting. He was not able to, explain where he was at. And then we kind of got disconnected. And so it was, a lot of just trying to figure out what to do from there for me, calling the police and trying to get him found so that I could take him home. And we haven't heard anything new since.
Is Taylor active on social media and platforms like that, talking to people, has that sort of, I guess, phone lifestyle that a lot of younger kids have right now?
So he had just gotten his cell phone back, and we had actually deleted all of his social media before he got it back. And so, no, as far as we know, he doesn't have a social media presence.
Ryan, what can you share about Taylor in terms of character, things he likes to do, places he likes to go, who he likes to hang out with, interests?
Yeah, you bet. So he's avid scooter kid. He really enjoys the pro scooter lifestyle and hanging around skate parks. And he's actually picked up a love of the automotive world, and I've been able to share that with him here recently, as well as he likes the outdoors. He's an avid hiker.
Has he run away? I'm not saying this is that situation, but has he taken off before? Is that a tendency that he's had?
He has had a history of running away, and so I mean, in this sense, it was kind of more of the same as far as his behavior, except this time around, it doesn't fit the pattern. He was really doing a lot to improve his situation, and he's been doing really well. In fact, he was communicating pretty heavily with his mom the day that he went missing. So this is out of character.
When he did previously run away, did he come back on his own accord, or did it require extra help, or did you have to go find him?
So it was mostly me going and finding him, but we've never not heard anything from him. We've always had a friend say that they've seen him. We've always had somebody say, he was at my house, or we've had, somebody see him around town, or we've seen that his phone was active, and things like that. And this time around, there's nothing.
How are you, it's a loaded question, but how are you processing this? How are you feeling through all this? Because I'm sure it's very heavy just not knowing, but knowing that you've kind of gone through this in a different situation before, but this sounds like maybe more time has passed, right?
Yes. It's always in the back of our mind that, he could be falling back into old habits, but it's really hard to feel that way because of how differently he's been. He's been more engaged at home. He's gotten himself into a prestigious high school. And he's been doing really well. And this is just out of character for the kid that he's become. And so I think we're both just trying to not think about the worst case scenarios just so that we can function and get through this, and once we kind of hit, hopefully an end point, then we can start processing. But for right now, I don't think we're processing very well.
Have police been communicative with you?
Yes and no. We feel like there's more that could be done. It feels like we are the ones that are driving the effort to find him. It feels like at any time that any movement is made with the police, it's because we've called and pushed them to do something. And so it's a little bit hard on that end, where we feel that he's just been categorized as, a troubled kid. Where, we've explained that this is completely different than what his usual behavior is.
What do you want people out there to know about what they can look for, possible areas that he may frequent? You mentioned the skate parks. That's a place I'm sure you've already looked, and will continue to look. But any sort of things that people can keep their eye out for, that you'd like to share?
As of right now, because his behavior has been so weird, this whole experience has been weird, we're not quite sure. Like I said, he was last seen in Provo. He does have a bus pass, free access to the transit system. So honestly, he could be anywhere from, Santa Quinn all the way up to, the top of the front runner line. So right now, usually he comes home. He comes back to Payson, but we haven't seen him. Nobody has seen him. We miss him. We want him to come home. He's got a little brother that misses him.
Ditto. I miss him too. His history has caused some contention, and I just want him to know that I love him, and just want the best for him. And I hope that if he is out just playing with friends and thinks he's in trouble, that he's not. We just desperately need him home. But if and God forbid something is more serious, like we would just like to know what's going on. And so just want him home.
According to Sarah, there's a chance Taylor went up the Rock Canyon Trail right before it got dark that day on the 22nd, leading her to wonder if Taylor did go up the trail if he made it back down. That thought is based off of an unconfirmed sighting of someone matching Taylor's description. Now, Taylor's parents believe he has his scooter with him, and that Taylor is also known to frequent skate parks across the valley. He has a UVU bus pass that gives him access to both forms of public transit. So if you see Taylor, please call Payson Police, 801-465-5240, and reference the case number you see on your screen right there. It is 25PA 07445. Now to West Bountiful, where a 17-year-old girl has been missing for 18 days. Charlotte Sterling hasn't been seen since August 9th, shortly before 10 o'clock that night. She told her mom she was going on a walk at Washington Park in Bountiful, but never returned. She was last seen wearing gray sweatpants, a black shirt, and a gray sweater. Charlotte has dark brown hair with green dyed ends. The 17-year-old is 5'3", about 135. We spoke to her mother, who says Charlotte is missed and her family is worried sick about her safety and well-being. We also reached out to the West Bountiful Police Department yesterday and today, did not get a response. But if you see Charlotte and know where she is, call West Bountiful Police at 801-292-4487. Well, this one stings. It's been 91 days since 15-year-old Kylie Ariano walked away from her Garden City home. Her cell phone turned off at the edge of the property that same day. I've been in contact with both Kylie's mother, Stephanie, and the Rich County Sheriff's Office about this case, unfortunately, for months now. I spoke to Kylie's mother, Stephanie, just a few hours ago. She had some encouraging news to share on the search. Yesterday, the FBI agreed to take some hold on the case and actually came to her home, taking Kylie's laptop for seeing evidence. Despite this positive advancement, we can still use your help by keeping an eye out for Kylie. It is not clear where she is, although there are flyers posted in downtown Salt Lake City. The sheriff, when I spoke to him, said they've gotten tips of sightings potentially of Kylie across the country. It's very unclear. So the sheriff's office is asking for anyone with a possible sighting of Kylie to take a picture and share it with the Rich County Sheriff's Office immediately so they can investigate the tip. If you have any information, contact the Rich County Sheriff's Office. That number on the screen, 435-793-2285, and reference the case number 25R308. We've done extensive coverage on this case, talked to family, Rich County Sheriff Dale Stacey, and professional investigators. All of our past interviews, like this one with Sheriff Stacey, can be found on our YouTube channel. Kylie's mother has created a Facebook group, Help Bring Kylie Ariano Home. If you'd like to see updates directly from family and friends of Kylie, you can find them there. An unsolved homicide in Salt Lake City just over 30 years ago. 6-year-old Rosie Tapia was found dead in a surplus canal near Redwood Road. The child may not be missing, but the answers are in this case. Salt Lake City Police Chief Brian Redd spoke at the 30th anniversary press conference about the case and what they're looking for to answer the question, who killed Rosie Tapia?
We know there are individuals out there that have information, and we would ask you to please come forward and help bring closure to this case, bring justice to Rosie and her family, and help resolve this issue that's been lingering too long.
New developments in this case just this week. On Monday, Salt Lake Police said detectives assigned to the case are looking to identify and speak with 2 teenage Hispanic boys who were visiting babysitters at the Tapia apartment the night of August 12, 1995. The 2 were 16 to 20 years old, possibly associated with the 21st Street gang. That was at that time. The people at the apartment that night would now be roughly 40 to 50 years old. Anyone with information on this case is asked to call 801-799-3000, or you can submit an anonymous tip using the City Protect app and reference case number 95119-190. For continued coverage on Utah's missing cases, join us right here, Wednesdays, 7 o'clock on Arc Salt Lake. We're dedicated to helping Utahns find answers, in many of these cases, closure, resolution. Like always, you can reach out to me on social media. Many of you have taken advantage of that, and we appreciate it, so we can help you in return. And if you have a case you would like us to look into, just reach out and keep reaching out. Heavy hearts in Tremont tonight as the community honors Officer Eric Estrada and Sergeant Lee Sorensen. More on the public viewing for both men right after this break. Tonight, community members are lining up to pay their respects to Officer Eric Estrada and Sergeant Lee Sorensen, who were killed in the line of duty responding to a call in Tremonton. A public viewing for both held at Bear River High School tonight. A group of volunteers met up beforehand to place nearly 400 American flags and blue ribbons around the perimeter of the school. That wrapped up about 15 minutes ago. I'm sure people are still in there. You know how those situations work, where people work their way through the line, and they take a long time and they take a lot of toll on the family that are there to hear from the community members. It's always a somber evening, and tomorrow will be the same with the first of two funerals. Funeral services for the two fallen are scheduled to take place 10 a.m. at the Utah State University Spectrum, that is in Logan. The funeral for Officer Eric Estrada will be held on Thursday, so tomorrow at 10, and Sergeant Sorensen's service will be held on Friday, also at 10 o'clock. Police departments from across the state of Utah will be sending representatives to this week's funerals, and that includes all of our friends in southern Utah, along with St. George Officer Seth Lefevre. He is making the 5-hour drive. That's basically end to end in the state here, to stand in solidarity with fellow officers who are mourning. Officer Lefevre says the drive is a small gesture compared to the ultimate sacrifice that Sergeant Sorensen and Officer Estrada paid.
We're deeply saddened by the loss of these officers. They are truly heroes in our communities. We love you, the family members of the police officers, the co-workers, and if there's anything we can do, we are here to support you.
Police officers from out of state are expected at the funeral tomorrow. We'll have more on this throughout the course of the week. It's been a pretty active weather day in places like Price, for example. The streets turned into rivers. Had some video that I shared on my socials as well of flooded out, homes and garages, and it was a messy day for a lot of folks. Some communities in Weber County picked up 2 to 3 inches of rain, which is essentially a summer's worth in a single day. Let's check in with meteorologist Chase Thomason to see what we can expect for the rest of the night.
Soggy weather here in Utah, and it was the wettest day this summer here in Salt Lake City, picking up over a ½ inch of rain, which is basically a month's worth here in the capital of Utah, Salt Lake City. 6,400s officially the last 48 hours, 7/10, and some areas across the northern end of the state picking up a whole lot more, a summer's worth of rain in just one day. Take a look at these totals. Ben Lomond Peak, 3.5 inches. North Ogden, over 3 inches of rain. Unfortunately, all at once, and we did see some flooding across portions of Weber County. Harrisville, just under 3 inches. Plain City, 2.5, just under 2.5 in Far West. And Ogden, over 1.5 inches of rain. Rain chances, well, they're still there through tonight, but they're definitely dropping as we wrap up the week and head into the weekend. So if you're wondering about maybe some outdoor plans for Labor Day weekend, you should be fine. Now, there could be an isolated shower or thunderstorm Thursday or Friday, but nothing compared to what we've been dealing with here across the state. Now, for northern Utah, kind of perfect scenario. High pressure to our southeast, pumping up that monsoon moisture. Jet stream right through northern Utah. So these storm systems are riding along the jet stream, providing that extra lift that you need for showers and storms. And with all that monsoon moisture in place, you get very heavy rainfall. Now, we're not done yet. As I mentioned, we're still tracking a few storms across far western Utah near the Idaho border. They could be pushing into the Wasatch Front, especially by about 9, 10, or 11 o'clock this evening. It won't be widespread, but pockets of heavy rainfall, those downpours, a little bit of lightning and some gusty winds until about 2 a.m. Then those showers will be falling apart and will be quiet for your morning commute. A little bit of cloud cover down in southern Utah. And then by the afternoon, notice it's not going to be as widespread, just an isolated or a straight thunderstorm, especially near over the mountains. I do think the best chance will be out in Nevada. And then some more widespread light rain moves in tomorrow night and into Friday morning for southern and central Utah, and maybe some of that moisture making it into northern Utah by Friday afternoon. But again, rain chances low at 20%. Tonight, cooling off into the 50s and 60s. Hey, you might need a light jacket, especially in the Wasatch back. Heber tonight at 49 degrees. And then tomorrow, we might be a couple degrees milder than today. We'll see highs in the upper 70s and low 80s, but definitely more cloud cover expected, especially across the southern half of the state. Dry weather this weekend. BYU has a home game, and we expect a lot of sunshine. Temperatures really pleasant. perfect weather for the home opener. 81 degrees at 6 o'clock down in Provo. By the end of the game, 68. So, hey, maybe bring a jacket or a sweater just in case by the end of the game. It might be a little cool, but still pretty nice out there. Football weather. 93 degrees in St. George tomorrow under mostly cloudy skies. If we get a little bit of rain, that'll be late Thursday night into Friday morning. Friday afternoon will be dry. Then it gets hot again, but nothing too hot. Highs near 100 Sunday, Monday, and staying in the upper 90s next week. Salt Lake, 64 for tonight. We're in the low 80s for your Thursday and Friday. Again, maybe a stray shower or thunderstorm. Mostly sunny weather Saturday and Sunday in the mid 80s. We're in the upper 80s for all of next week. And right now, next week is looking dry. Temperature's not too bad, and I'm loving those overnight lows in the 60s.
Ah, she's got handles. From the New Orleans basketball prodigy dribbling the most basketballs at once, that is 6, to the longest human traveled, tunnel traveled by a skateboarding dog in Peru. Sorry, I was blown away by the video. Guinness has more than 53,000 records in its database, and on its 70th birthday, it's releasing 70 unclaimed titles for anyone itching to make up history. Records still up for grabs. The most high fives in 30 seconds. See ya.